distinguished world leaders, ambassadors for peace and blessed family members who have come from all parts of the world in the hope of bringing about the realization of world peace and building the ideal hometown in heaven and on earth. I would like to express my deepest gratitude to all of you for coming together in the midst of your busy schedules to take part in this rally to expand and elevate to a global level the family party for universal peace and unity, so that it may be reborn as a Chin-il-guk house for peace and unification. To make the Universal Peace Federation a model type organization. And, to make Chin-il-guk the kingdom of the peaceful, ideal world through the concerted efforts of all the nations of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, as we begin the 21st century, we find ourselves at a truly historic turning point. We are at a point of decision. Can everlasting world peace take root, or are we doomed to repeat the 20th century's dark and oppressive history of war and conflict? The 20th century was a period of ceaseless struggle, including that of colonized countries to gain their independence, the First and Second World Wars, the Korean War, and the Cold War. Living through this era, I dedicated my life entirely to bringing about the kingdom of God, the kingdom of the peaceful, ideal world. I have always prayed sincerely that the United Nations, founded after the Second World War, would be an institution for peace, and that it would uphold God's will for the realization of eternal world peace. The United Nations has indeed made important contributions to peace. Nevertheless, around its 60th anniversary in 2005 there was a broad consensus, both inside and outside the organization, that the UN had yet to discover the way to fulfill its founding purposes. The number of member states approaches 200. But the offices of these states do little more than represent and even insist on their own interests. They seem inherently unable to resolve conflicts and achieve peace. For these reasons, I would like once more to declare today before all humanity the message I gave throughout the Universal Peace Federation inauguration tour, launched last year on September 12 in New York, which took me to 120 nations around the world. It is entitled, God's Ideal Family and the Kingdom of the Peaceful, Ideal World. The mission of the Universal Peace Federation is to renew the existing United Nations, a Cain-type UN, and provide a new level of leadership as an Abel-type UN. It will unite heaven and earth and form the kingdom of the peaceful, ideal world. This message should be engraved on the hearts of humankind. It is heaven's special blessing in this era after the coming of heaven. It is also a warning to us that we should take to heart and put into action